Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet, and just turned 10:56 a.m. according to the computer clock on Friday, June 7, 2013. And I'd like to talk about Star Trek Into Darkness. I went to see this with my mom, and this is her first time seeing a Star Trek film in the theater since 1998's Star Trek Insurrection. And she had also seen First Contact with me as well. Anyway, so first of all, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I think it's better than the first one. Okay, I'll just say it. It's Khan. Alright, so everyone was basically thinking it was Khan before the movie came out. It's Khan, he's the villain. It's very clever what they do. Okay, basically, Kirk is reprimanded for taking risks and exposing indigenous primitive people to the Enterprise and stuff like that. And Pike takes back the Enterprise, and he makes Kirk his first officer. Now, at this point, Khan, or he's not known to be Khan yet, but he has had an officer blow up some like a data library or something in London, basically killing everyone. Basically, it's going like all 9/11 and stuff like that. Domestic terrorism in this case, and so basically, Starfleet is out to get this guy, but he's taking refuge on Kronos, the Klingon homeworld, in some abandoned sector or whatever of the planet. Now, Admiral Marcus, by the way, Christopher Pike is killed in an attack. The guy attacks this place in Starfleet where all of the where a bunch of admirals and like the captains and first officers of like all of the major ships are all gathered in one place. It's all a big setup. He basically wants to cripple Starfleet. So Admiral Marcus is like, well, Kirk argues to get command of the Enterprise back, and Marcus sends him to basically to kill Khan. But they have to go into Klingon space to do it. So Starfleet puts like a bunch of torpedoes on the ship to use as weapons, and there's an argument over the militarization of Starfleet and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty much an allegory for 9/11. It's kind of similar to what Enterprise did with the Xindi attack on Earth and what Deep Space Nine had done earlier, prior to 9/11, with the Dominion attack on Earth. But yeah, so this very much reminded me of that. So Starfleet's being militarized, and they've got these torpedoes on there, and Scotty refuses to sign for them unless he can open them up and inspect them, but he's not allowed to. And Kirk tells Scotty to sign for the torpedoes and stuff like that. Then Scotty like resigns, or Kirk kicks him off the ship or something. So
eventually, Kirk has to call Scotty for help, which is kind of funny. So, one problem that I had with the first movie is that Kirk basically goes from cadet to captain by the end of the movie. Here, Pike was going to send Kirk back to the academy, but now Kirk's the captain again. so I guess he's just destined for that chair. The entire cast is great as well. The villain that plays Khan, first of all, he doesn't try to imitate Ricardo Montalban or anything like that. He's just his own version of Khan. He's really great, and much better than Nero in the first film. Nero was kind of you couldn't take him seriously as the villain. He's like, "Hi, Chris, I'm Nero." Yeah, whatever. I mean, if they didn't have him go for that performance, and if they add in all of the backstory that was missing from the film, then Nero could have been one of the great Trek villains. But anyway, so basically, just spoilers. I don't think anyone cares at this point, but Admiral Marcus has been wanting war. He wants Kirk to use those torpedoes and kill Khan and basically make it look like the Federation attacked the Klingons just so there could be a war. Because he was like, war's coming, it's inevitable. It kind of reminds me of that one captain from that TNG episode, The Wounded. Chief O'Brien's former captain. The one that refused to believe that the war with the Cardassians was over. Anyway, so everything turns out alright in the end. Khan tries to ram his ship in Starfleet headquarters and just wipe them out. Everything's really good, but they pay homage to, they rip off Wrath of Khan so much, and they just quote so many lines just word for word. They do the thing with the sacrifice, except they switch the roles. It's Kirk that does it, and Kirk dies. He's revived at the end, and it's apparently no big deal. But yeah. So they do Wrath of Khan too much here. It was kind of distracting. But yeah, so and there was a cameo from Leonard Nimoy. Spock calls the original Spock up on Neo Vulcan and asks him about Khan and stuff like that. What else? They kind of ham-fisted the narration from the original Star Trek opening theme into the end of the movie. Kirk says that it's the captain's oath that Pike had made him recite. Why would the captain's oath be the space to final frontier? These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise thing. That was dumb. Again, the music was really good. The visuals were good. I can't speak to the science again. Supposedly the science was like really bad, but I can't say anything. Now it's surprising just how many references that they throw in. There's a brief mention to the mud incident, which I guess now occurs before the 5-year mission, because the movie ends with the beginning of the 5-year mission, except they still started too early than it originally occurred. Anyway, and they lock Khan up. They freeze him, and they put the rest of his crew. You never see the rest of his crew awake either, but they just lock them away. Yeah. They throw Section 31 in there. If you don't remember, Section 31 was like the covert branch of Starfleet. It was like the Romulans, Tal Shiar, or the Cardassians Obsidian Order. It's like very covert. They do things outside normal boundaries and stuff like that. It was introduced on Deep Space Nine, and on Enterprise it was, and on Deep Space Nine they revealed that it went back to dawn of the Federation or the dawn of Starfleet or something like that, and on Enterprise they revisited it and they showed that it was indeed the case. And they're not prominent in this film, but they are mentioned, and it's like, really, you're throwing them in there? Huh, well, I guess it's kind of neat that you're acknowledging something relatively obscure. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was better than the first film. I still don't get the Uhura Spock romance. Where did that come from? And I believe in this film they definitely do state Uhura's first name definitively, like for real. It's like Nyota or something like that. The fact that it was like a running joke in the first film was kind of dumb. It irritated me. It's like, haha, get it? We weren't sure if Uhura had a first name on the original series, and we're making a running joke about it. Anyway, here they just state it. So okay, good. But yeah, go and see it if you haven't already done so. And it's just turned 11:09 a.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.